Hey guys, today we want to look at Laravel 12. It just came out, right? But I particularly want to look at the starter kit, and I would love for us to look at it together. This is my first time actually looking at the starter kit, and yeah, we're gonna see how it is, and then we're gonna look at the code structure and see how it is for Livewire in particular. Why? Because I feel that is the newest package right now because we're no longer using Breeze and GetStream, right? So now it's just packages, right? So let's look at it. Let's dive in. First of all, we're going to install it. We'll walk you through the process of installation. We'll look at it, see what documentation says, and then we'll see how the structure is right now. Okay. So let's jump into it. But okay, I want to give you my first impressions. I haven't actually looked at it, so I want to look at it with you. Right? So let's look at it together. Right. But what I've been hearing is now you're no longer using Jetstream or Breeze. Now you use House Starter Kit, which I think is fine. Okay. So starter kits, what are the starter kits that you get to use? You can use React, you can use Vue, or you can use Livewire. So we're gonna look at Livewire today and see what it's about. Right. I heard Livewire uses Flock. We're gonna see that. So how do you install it anyways? How do you install Laravel 12? So if you use a CLI, you can start from here. First of all, you need to update your composer, right? To the global, update your global composer, and then go in the Laravel new. But I use Laravel head, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use head installer, right? So we're gonna jump into head right now, and yep, this is it. I already installed it anyways, but I'm just gonna show you. But be sure to have your head version at 1.16.0 or more, depending on where you are watching this video. Okay, so to get a new Laravel account to add, obviously, a new project next. So this is one of the things you're gonna see, right? So now you don't see Breeze or any of that. You just see, no starter kit. You want React, you want Vue, or you want Livewire. So I'm going to say Livewire, and then obviously you name your project, and then you choose. Here you have the option to choose your authentication provider. You just have two options: Work OS, which is a third party application or third party provider, maybe. Then you have Laravel built-in authentication. If we look at Work OS, what is Work OS actually? I have it here. The Work OS, right? This is it. So basically, it helps your users when you've integrated it into your app, of course. Helps your users to log in quicker. You have things like single sign-on, and they can also sign in with their Google application, their Google credentials, Apple or GitHub. You don't necessarily need to walk them through registration if you do not want to. So they can just sign up using third party this thing. Right. So that's Work OS. So we go back to where we were. Right. So then I choose my testing framework. I'm gonna use Quest and then the location. And then I click next. When I click next, it starts, you know, installing. But I already have it installed here, which is this is it. We're just gonna go there and have a look see at it. I'm gonna log out so you can see. Right, so awesome. So this is Laravel 12. Hope you like it. I hope you like Laravel 12. So this is Laravel 12. Right, so you can log in, you can register. This is the registration page right here. Let me just show you. Not much break and change, right? Now you notice that it has a split screen. This is one of the new things that they have introduced in Laravel 12, in that you can out of the box just structure or design how you want it to look. So it doesn't have to be that card that is in the middle. Yeah, right. Let me show you. what I'm talking about. So we'll come to the code. I know it's a bit small. I'm going to increase it. Just give me a minute so I can find what I'm looking for. Resources views. What do I need now? Live. I need layout. Where's my layout? Here, layout. What layout? Right. So we see split here. So inside this folder called alt, you can see different styles. You can see 3 styles. So this split, 1, 2, 3. I think it's too large. It's too large. Let me know if it's too large. Right. So this split here, this split here, right here, that's what you see here. So let's change it to the simple one. Right. So if I come here, these are components. If you're familiar with components, you know what I'm doing. If I change it to simple, I save, I'm just gonna refresh. All right. So now you see that it has changes in the middle. It's nice, it's simple, it's fun. You can also change it to card if you want. Right. So it just all depends on what you actually want to start with and how you want it to be. The same thing goes for the dashboard. I'm going to show you that in a minute once we log in. Okay. All right. So I refresh again, and then you see the card form. Right. Now it's obviously in dark mode because my system is in dark mode by default. Right. So let's log in. I already ran migrations, so I don't need to do a registration. I did a migration with seeds. So I seeded the database, so I can just log in. So password and fair enough, it logs me in. Right. So this is how it is. You see, notice the dashboard now. The headers that are on the top. If I don't want it to be on the top, I can decide to have it as a sidebar. I don't mind this thing here. I the one that did it. The by me, I go remove it just now. So okay, so back in the code now, right? Where were we? Where were we? Were we not here? So back in the code, you notice that you have headers and you have sidebars, right? Now this is the this is the app folder that we're using, and we're using headers right now. But let's say we don't want it to use headers, we want it to use sidebar. So we can just come here and change it for sidebar. What I said, sidebar. And then I save. Notice that what I'm doing now, these are components. I'm not exactly sure how it is for React right now or Vue because I haven't looked at them. We're just looking at Livewire together now, right? So I come here, I'll do a refresh of this page, and sure enough, you see a sidebar to the left. Just like I said, you see a side. So this top here is no longer here. You see a sidebar here, and it is all responsive. So you don't have to stress yourself. What they do, responsiveness. Right, let me show you something. You don't have to struggle with responsiveness and all of that. If we say, okay, let's use a mobile view, right? This is it in mobile view. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Anyway, this is it in mobile view, right? So I click on here, I get my drop down. I click here, I have my sidebar. Obviously, that one with the button, see the for button, but you know the see right now. If I make it smaller, you can still see it, right? So how nice is that? So you don't have to bother with, having to do all of this responsiveness by yourself, even though, level 11 helps you out in a way and, kind of thing. But this is really cool, to be honest. This is really cool. I can imagine it saving me a lot of time using this. And it still uses Flux, right? So speaking of Flux, what exactly is Flux? What exactly is Flux? Flux is the official Livewire component library. Officially, it's not you understand, the one they don't approve. What class component is built specifically for your Livewire interfaces, fully flexible, functional, and accessible, right? So this is it. Cool stuff, right? So if you're using the Livewire package, rest assured that it comes out of the box with Flux, right? And there are also paid versions of it. So this is the paid versions of it. So these are the components you get, or some of the components you get, right, using Flux. I'm going to show you how to use them, right? These are the components you get out of the box. So how do you start if you didn't have this, right? So let's get started. We'll go to installation, right? So first of all, you need your Laravel, you need your Livewire, you need your Tailwind CSS. Then you require Flux from your terminal. If you're using the pro version, you might need to now activate it. Okay. So that's that. You can read up on all these documentations on your time. So I'm going to show you some. I already did that anyways. Let me show you where my dashboard. So this is our dashboard. I went and did this. I'm just going to remove it and show you what is meant to be there. Right. So we'll go back to our code and I'll refresh. Right. So you can see this is the dashboard. So you basically put whatever you need to put in all of these spaces. Right. But what if I need a component? What if I want to add something there? Right. Let's say, for example, a drop down. Can we get a drop down? I don't know if we can get a drop down, but let's see. These are some of the components. Some of them are paid, so you might not be able to use them. Right. But let's see if we can get a drop down. Now, the drop down component, this is not paid. So I can easily get a drop down component. So something like this, right, works. Okay, so let's copy this code and see, for example. Obviously, you would not do it like this, but I just want to show you. So just like the way you have blade components, where you have something like this, SA X drop down, for example, right? For a blade component, you see you have the X drop down and all of that, or you have something like this for your blade component, right? But here you have something similar, but like this instead. Simply now for Flux, right? So you have this for Flux. This is your options, and these are your menu separators. I think it looks really good. Okay, so this is the drop down. You see, it works really nice, really well. You can now decide to add links to it or however you want it to be, right? Make it functional with Livewire. You can also, out of the box, add your own CSS to it. So you don't necessarily need to use what they call a polo tailwind fluxes styling. You can add your own style. If we come to customization, right? So you can override it, tailwind overrides. The first level of customization is simply passing your own tailwind classes into a component, right? So I can click come here, add our own class to it. So it's really nice. So you don't have to be stuck with exactly what they give you. You can add your own classes to it, and that would be the line, right? So another thing that you can see now, they ask you can publish the components if you don't see what you're looking for. For example, we are using drop down here, right? Here you can see we are using drop down here, but in our where is it? In our flex component here, right? We do not see any drop down. So what if I want to tinker with this? How do I see it? It's not here. Well, one thing you can do is you can now decide to publish the component you want. So you can publish a single component or you can publish everything. That's what gives you here. So either you publish just a single component and then ask you which component you want to publish, or you publish all the components here with this all flag here, right? So let me show you how to do that. Let's say we want to publish just this drop down component here, drop down. So I go to my terminal and I publish. So it's going to ask me, okay, oh, you want to publish, which component do you want to publish? Right? So since this is drop down, I'm going to type drop down here. But that's not the name of the drop. That's not the name of the component. So I'm going to say drop down, right? So we found a component called drop down, right? So I'm going to say zero. Let's type on that time. I say zero. Yeah, I'm going to say zero as per the component number there, zero. And I say, okay, then it should publish the component for me, right? You see, it has published it. I don't know how many times they publish them, but it don't publish them. Now, where is it? How many did this nigga publish? So it did drop down that is in menu. Okay, so it did all the drop downs basically, right? So I have menu drop down, I have the select drop down. So I can decide to play with all of this how I want to do. I think that's good. Anyway, so there you have it. Laravel 12 Flux UI, really customizable, fully customizable. I think Taylor did, if I said Taylor, well, I think Taylor Pozio, Taylor Otwell, they did a good job on this one. And then kudos to all the other guys that part in it. So if you like this video, please like. If you want more reviews like this, please subscribe. I'll be sure to try and do an in-depth video on Flux and actually do a fraud application using Laravel 12. So again, like it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, still use title like you know, so may not be enough. Yep. All right. So I've been Ola. I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Bye.